In this video, we will discuss about how to find out paramagnetic and diamagnetic species. Okay, there is a small trick. Every time need to write molecular orbital theory, and finding of this paramagnetic and diamagnetic substances will be difficult. So to save the time, here we are using this trick to find out whether the molecule is paramagnetic or diamagnetic. Two rules we need to follow. The first one is all odd electrons and the species with 10 electrons and 16 electrons will be paramagnetic. You have to note it down, this all odd electrons and the 10 16 electrons are said to be paramagnetic in nature. Okay, so whatever the molecule containing this type of odd electron, 10 electrons and 16 electrons will be always paramagnetic in nature. If suppose even number of electrons present in the species, then such type of species is taken as diamagnetic in nature. Okay, so even number of electrons containing species are always diamagnetic. Odd number of electrons plus 10 electrons and 16 electrons containing species are always paramagnetic in nature. Here I am giving few examples and we'll try to solve whether it is paramagnetic or diamagnetic by calculating the total number of electrons present in that species. So firstly, He2 plus ion. Okay, He2 plus ion. So that is helium 2 plus ion. First note down the total number of electrons present in that. Helium. Each helium is containing 2 electrons. 2 plus one more helium is there, 2. Plus indicates losing of one electron, so minus 1. 2 plus 2 is the number of electrons present in each helium, and plus indicates removal of one electron, and the total number of electrons here is said to be 3. 3 is an odd number. Okay, with this odd number, if odd number of electrons are present, then that is said to be para. Helium 2 plus is a paramagnetic species. Next one, Li plus 2. Lithium atomic number, hydrogen, helium, lithium. Lithium atomic number is 3. And 2 lithiums are there, 3 plus 3. Okay, this is equals to 6. 6 is a even number. If even number of electrons are present, then that is said to be diamagnetic. Okay, next one, N2, nitrogen molecule. Nitrogen atomic number is 7. And one more nitrogen is there, right? 7. 7 plus 7, 14 electrons. 14 is a even number. Okay, 14 is a even number. And that molecule is diamagnetic, or the species is diamagnetic in nature. Next, N2 plus. So each nitrogen is having 7 electrons. This plus charge indicates that it has lost 1 electron. So subtract 1 electron. Okay, 7 plus 7, 14. 14 minus 1, 13. Total number of electrons here is 13. So 13 is an odd number. If odd number of electrons present in a molecule, then that is said to be paramagnetic. Okay, so this N2 plus molecule is paramagnetic in nature. Next, N2 minus 2. So each nitrogen is with 7 plus 7 electron. Minus 2. Minus in the sense they are having extra electrons. How many extra electrons are there? 2 extra electrons. Then add plus 2. Okay, then 7 plus 7, 14. 14 plus 2 is 16 electron. See, here you have to see the rule. If 16 electron, though it is an even number, there is an exceptional case. If 16 electrons are present in a molecule, then that species is said to be paramagnetic. This is very, very, very important. Don't consider it as an even number. There is an exceptional case for 10 electrons and 16 electrons. Now this molecule is having 16 electrons. We have to consider it as para. That is an exceptional case. Now N2 plus 2. So each nitrogen is having 7 plus 7, and plus 2 indicates losing of 2 electrons. 14 minus 2 is 12. 12 is a even number. If even number of electrons are present, then that is said to be diamagnetic. Okay, now we'll try to calculate for these oxygen molecule. So oxygen can exist in different ionic states. Here are the few. So now we'll try to calculate the magnetic behavior of all these oxygen ionic states. O2. Each oxygen is with 8 electrons. And another oxygen is also with 8 electrons. 8 plus 8, 16 electrons. 16 is an even number. Though it is even, there is an exceptional case for 16 electrons. So that's why we have to consider the 16 electron species as paramagnetic. Make a star here. Okay. Now another one, O2 minus 2. So each oxygen is with 8 electrons, 8 plus 8. And minus 1 is the charge. That means it has one extra electron. Okay, so totally 8 plus 8, 16, 16 plus 1, 17 electrons. With 17 is an odd number. If odd number of electrons are there, then it is said to be odd number of electrons. It is para. Okay. Next, another one, O2 minus 2. Each oxygen is with 8 electrons. Minus 2 indicates 2 extra electrons, then add plus 2. Okay, so then total number of electrons are here 18. Okay. So this 18 is an even number electron. It is an even number. So even number of electrons are present, then we have to consider it as diamagnetic. Okay, now another one, O2 plus. Each oxygen is with 8 electrons. Plus 1 indicates that it has lost 1 electrons. So minus 1. Okay, 8 plus 8, 16, minus 1, 15. The total number of valence electrons or electrons present in this case is 15. 15 is an odd number. If odd number of electrons are present, then that is said to be paramagnetic. Okay, next for this O2 plus 2. So O2, that means 2 oxygen. Each oxygen contains 8 electrons. And plus 2, this plus 2 indicates it has lost 2 electrons, so subtract 2 electrons. 8 plus 8, 16. 16 minus 2, 14 electrons. That is the total number of electrons present here. This 14 is even number. When even number of electrons are present, then the molecule is said to be dia. That's it. Like this we will calculate for oxygen molecules. Now we'll see about this heteronuclear compounds. So that means here it is made up of, these 3 molecules are made up of 2 different types of atoms, carbon and oxygen. Okay, now we want to find out the magnetic behavior even for these molecules. So first, CO, carbon monoxide. So total number of electrons present in the carbon are 6. Plus oxygen contains 8. 6 plus 8 is 14 electrons. Total number of electrons present here are 14. 14 is an even number. If even number of electrons are present, then the molecule is said to be diamagnetic, or the species is said to be diamagnetic in nature. Now for this CO plus, carbon atomic number 6. Oxygen 8. Plus 1 indicates it has lost 1 electron, remove 1 electron. When you remove one electron, 6 plus 8 is 14. 14 minus 1 is 13 electrons. Total number of electrons present here are 13. So 13 is an odd number. If odd number of electrons are present, then the molecule is said to be paramagnetic. Next, CO minus. So CO, carbon atomic number 6, oxygen atomic number is 8, and minus indicates the presence of one extra electron. So you have to add one more extra electron. Then total number of electrons present here are 15. 15 is an odd number. If odd number of electrons are present, then the molecule is said to be paramagnetic. Okay, like this you will calculate. You can easily calculate magnetic behavior of any species. So whether it is paramagnetic or diamagnetic. Now we'll try to solve a question based on this. So here is a question which has asked in the previous year exam, IIT exam. The question is, which of the following species exhibits the diamagnetic behavior? Here they have given 4 options. Among the 4 options, which can show diamagnetic behavior, that we have to find out. So try to write its total number of electrons. For this molecule, 2 oxygen atoms are there. Each oxygen atom can contains 8 electrons. 8 plus 8, and minus 2 is the charge. That means it has 2 plus or 2 extra electrons. That is containing totally 18 electrons. 16 plus 2, 18 electrons. 18 is a even number. If even number of electrons are present, then that is said to be diamagnetic. Okay, now for this O2 plus 8 plus 8. This plus indicate it has lost 1 electron, so subtract 1 electron. 8 plus 8, 16. 16 minus 1, 15. If 15 electrons are present, that is odd number. Odd number indicates that is paramagnetic. This is para and this is dia. Now O2. 8 plus 8, 16 electrons. Though it is an even number, there is an exceptional case for 10 electrons and 16 electrons. So it is considered as paramagnetic. Okay, 16 electrons considered as para. Now for this, total number of electrons in nitrogen is 7. And oxygen contains 8. Total number of electrons are 15. 15 is an odd number. If odd number of electrons are present, then that is said to be paramagnetic. So what is the question? Which of the following species exhibit diamagnetic behavior? So that is this option A. Such type of questions will be asked. Understand? So that is about how to calculate paramagnetic and diamagnetic behavior in the species. Now we'll see how to find out hybridization of a molecule. Hybridization of any molecule can be calculated based on 2 important factors. First one is based on valency. Next one is based on group number. Based on valency and based on group number, we can easily find out about the hybridization of that particular molecule. Now here I am taking the first molecule, that is SO3 minus 2. For this particular molecule, we want to find out its hybridization. So take the total number of valence electrons present in the central atom. Central atom here is sulfur. So sulfur group number is 6. So it has 6 valence electrons. Right, 6 electrons by using into marks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And minus 2 is the charge. That means it has 2 extra electrons. You also put 2 extra electrons here. Okay. Now the sulfur is in bond formation with the oxygen. Each oxygen valency is 2. That means to reach its octet configuration, it requires 2 electrons. These 2 electrons taken by first oxygen atom. Still 2 more are there. These 2 oxygens are taken by another oxygen. These 2 electrons are taken by third oxygen atom. Okay. So that's it. Only 3 oxygens are there. They have taken these 3 pairs of electrons. And another 2 electrons can exist as lone pair of electrons. Clear? Then total number of electron pairs here you can observe 1, 2, 3, 4. Total number of electron pairs are 4 electron pairs. To accommodate these 4 electron pairs, it should undergo sp3 hybridization because it has 4 hybrid orbitals, 3 here and 1 here, totally 4. So with sp3 hybridization, which contains one lone pair of electron, can undergo or can show pyramidal shape. Okay, pyramidal shape according to VSEPR theory. So 4 electron pair accommodates in sp3 hybrid orbitals. sp3 hybridization with one lone pair of electron is having pyramidal geometry. Next, we will try to calculate for one more molecule, that is ClO4 minus. Okay, the central atom here is chlorine. Chlorine group number 17 or group 7. So that means it has contained 7 electrons in its valence shell. Write all the 7 electrons by using cross. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Totally 7 electrons. And minus 1 charge indicates that it has one extra electron. So put that extra electron here. Now total number of oxygen atoms present in this molecule is 4. 4 atoms, oxygen atoms are present. Each oxygen atom valency is 2. That means it requires 2 electrons to satisfy its octet configuration. Okay, so that the first 2 electrons are taken by first oxygen atom. Next 2 electrons are taken by second oxygen. Next 2 electrons are taken by third oxygen, and last 2 electrons are taken by fourth oxygen. That means whatever the 8 electrons were there, all the 8 electrons are shared by 4 oxygen atoms present in the molecule. Okay, so if totally 4 pairs are there, total number of electron pairs are 4. 4 electron pairs are present. To accommodate these 4 electron pairs, the atom should undergo sp3 hybridization. In sp3 hybridization, we can see the presence of 4 hybrid orbitals. Each hybrid orbital will take one electron or will contain one electron pair. So because it is made up of one s orbital and 3 p orbital, then the resultant hybridization is sp3. Total number of hybrid orbitals are 4 because number of hybrid orbitals are always equals to number of atomic orbitals. Total number of atomic orbitals are 3 plus 1, 4. And the expected total number of hybrid orbitals are also said to be 4. Okay, that means this sp3 hybridization contains totally 4 hybrid orbitals. These 4 hybrid orbitals will contain these 4 pairs of electrons. Okay, so each electron pair is involved in the formation of a bond. So with sp3 hybridization, which don't have any lone pair of electrons, here you may observe there is no lone pair of electrons. If there is no lone pair of electron, then the geometry with sp3 hybridization is said to be tetrahedral. This is according to VSEPR theory. Okay, according to VSEPR theory, with sp3 hybridization which does not contain any lone pair of electron, we can give its geometry as tetrahedral. So by this manner we can easily find out about the hybridization of a compound. So if you know valency and the group number of a particular species, based on these two factors we can easily give about its hybridization as well as its geometry. So this is about the tricks which are used to find out about paramagnetic behavior, diamagnetic behavior and hybridization of a molecule.